Welcome to a new edition of the Neon Jazz interview series with Canadian jazz pianist James McGowan of the Quartet Modasaurus. We talked to him in the fall of 2020 about the band's latest 2020 CD, 4K. This jazz fusion quartet formed in early 2016 with James and a group of cats, all former students of his, and now some of the busiest musicians and educators in Ottawa. It's a great story. Dig it.
James, thank you for taking a minute out for Neon Jazz today. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
You have an album coming out during a pandemic and a very, very odd time on planet Earth. Talk to me a little bit about your feelings on the timing and what music will mean for somebody that consumes it during this time.
Yeah, sure. Well, the pandemic is obviously affecting, literally everyone on the whole planet. So, we're all going to have a different experience, but we all are affected. So, you know what, I was thinking about our album, and we had a planned release for the fall of 2020, for a year. I was like, should we go through with it? And basically the answer is yes, because I think this particular album is really about what we created, like as a composition, as a recorded art form. So we thought it would hold up well, and it would be less reliant on things like a live concert, like an album release concert. So yeah, I think for us that was our main motivation. We just wanted to get this document, this artistic creation out there. But in terms of what it means, I think it also is really important for me that it gets out there, because a lot of the music that we have on this album is really about it's jazz fusion, but it's a positive message. It's like nonverbal. It's all music, the language of music. But you know what? It's got a happy message. And that's what we need to hear. There's a lot of negativity in this world right now.
So talk to me about this album and kind of what you want the listener to get from this experience.
The album has this jazz fusion core, but one of the things that I think a lot of people appreciate is diversity. It's inclusivity. I think there's some people who like one artist and only want to listen to one artist or one genre, and I get that too. But I think the people who would appreciate this particular album and our approach to music is basically those who like, to try new things, to live life and visit new places and not be afraid to try new foods. It's that type of person where there's a variety of styles and just want to have a good time with those different experiences. So yeah, I really think that can be a plus for a bunch of people, and that's where we're going with this album.
So talk to me a little bit about your musical journey. Obviously, you kind of opened up on the adventurous part. Talk to me a little bit about how jazz became your life and how you became a musician.
I think jazz is something that really speaks to a lot of people. There's a long tradition there, and when I listen to the music of the greats from the 30s and 40s and into the 50s and 60s, and this is very inspiring music. So it has to connect with you on some level. My first foray into music was really just playing around with sounds of the piano. We had a piano house, and I never had lessons. I just explored the sound. So the idea of improvisation really struck a chord, for no pun intended, early. And then I had the traditional piano lessons, which got me into classical music, and I love classical music, and that is a big part of my life. But when I discovered jazz in high school, in my circle, there really wasn't anyone doing it or playing it. But when I first got exposed to it, I realized, wow, there's improvisation and music and chords, and I figured out there's this whole new world there. And as I gradually matured and learned more about music, I realized that I can still love my classical music. I can still play it. I can look into non-genre specific improvisation, and all the jobs I've taken, be they working in a church or playing a gig in a restaurant lounge or whatever. These are all opportunities for me to play in the environments that I have. So my journey really involves jazz. mostly as a vehicle for me to be in the moment with improvisation, because improvisation is key to me. And yet at the same time, I like the structure of the great classics, the modern classics of Stravinsky, or we've got sonic-based composers and the organization of Bach, and so I like to put it all together and really think of that as the goal of connecting it all. And my journey does dabble in lots of different things, but always relates back to the same idea of relating improvisation and that joy of freedom with structure and sound and organization. So that's connecting the two.
What do you like the best about being a musician?
The best part about being a musician is really, this might sound corny, but it's the opportunity to connect with other people in a way that it's like a secret code. When I can create music with someone and we're we're in a different zone, we're communicating on a whole different level, and audiences will like what we're doing and stuff, but they don't get it. We are, that moment is like this incredible intimate connection in creation. The greatest thing for me about music is the collaboration, really.
So when COVID-19 ends and we get back to live music, talk to me a little bit about what you hope both musician and the audience gets from this time away from live music.
I've been thinking about this a lot. I'm sure every musician, every thinking person who cares about the arts is thinking about this. This is a really challenging time. I'm certainly not going to, sugarcoat this. People are losing their livelihoods. But for those who can stick with it, we're learning new technologies. We are learning new ways to connect with people. Just for example, I've tried playing with other people using different software. SoundJack was one app that I've tried. And allows us to play in real time with super low latency, nothing like Zoom or Skype or anything. It was really low latency. And that has been good. But yeah, in general, if we can get through this period and we can start meeting in person again, we're going to, enjoy that. We're going to go back to making music. But really, realistically, the world will change. And we'll have to adapt and hopefully incorporate the best of what we've experienced with embracing technology and being able to play, in different circles in different parts of the world, and then link that in with the possibilities of keeping our connections with our other musicians and our audiences and other artists in live music making. Yeah, I'm hopeful. Really, I'm hopeful despite the challenging time that we're in.
Everyone has a perception of you, your family, your friends, your fans, but you're the one living your life. Who do you think you are?
I think that I'm a complex person. I'm sure many people have told me that over the years. But, I really believe in the ability to connect honestly and openly with the people I care about and trust, and as much as possible with my students and audiences. And you know what? It's who I am, is I hope to be always living my values, being good to others without sacrificing myself in the process, creating art, but also as an educator who I define myself in great detail, to really reach out to others and make their lives better, whether it's through the study of music and the arts, or whether it's just like discovering themselves in the process. If I can be a part of making other people's lives better, that's really where, I'd like to see myself contributing. And, that's who I am, who I want to be.
James, thank you for taking some time out for Neon Jazz today. I really appreciate it. Good luck with the album, and stay safe out there.
Thank you so much for your interest. Yeah, have a great day.
Thanks for listening and tuning in to another Neon Jazz interview. We give you a bit of insight into the finest cats in Canada, Kansas City, and spots all over the world, giving fans all that jazz. And thanks to James for his time, music, and story. If you want to hear more interviews, go to Famous Interviews with Joe Domino in the iTunes Store. Visit neonjazz at youtube.com. And for everything Neon Jazz all the time, go to the neonjazz.blogspot.com. Until next time, enjoy the jazz, my friends.
Neon Jazz.